Do you remember how in the last video I was doing this alt-rider crash bar and indicating that I really couldn't see how bent it really was? Here's the new crash bar, brand new. I went to tie all this down last Wednesday. It's in a whole week, and I noticed that's still bent. So I went underneath it. I'm like, what? Is my frame bent? Is my motor bent? It wasn't that hard of a crash. So I went underneath and I noticed something. I was underneath this thing. Let's see if I can get this angle for you guys. See the bracket? Right there? The bracket is bent. Hope that's focusing okay. So, I called alt-rider. It was like, I don't know, and they were just walking out the door and I called and I said, hey, let me send you a picture, check your email. And Lindell checked her email. She's like, oh, it's not your crash bar, it's your bracket. I said, you got any brackets? And so she's like, I'm gonna ship you 2 of them because they come in a set. But just return them when you return the used crash bar, and when you return your skid plate. My skid plate has some issues. It's these see this right here, this bolt right there. I have 2 of them, one on each side. Just keep that in mind. It basically is like this. There's a little thread in there. This is a push through thing, and in there, this is just spinning in place on one of these sides. So basically, she said, when you send us your skid plate to get refurbished, and when you send us your used crash bar, just return back the bracket that you don't need, and we'll just give you a 50% credit or refund on it. All right, yeah. So this is basically a bracket kit for people that order just a crash bar or just a skid plate. It comes in there. So I am going to remove this bracket right here, and I'm going to show you guys just how bent it is next to the one that is OEM. To remove the bracket, keep in mind these 2 bolts are holding the frame to the motor, so just, don't remove both sides. And then also there's another one right here. It's already undone. I've got it on the floor there. So it's just those 2 bolts, and I'll be able to take it right out. All right, here are the 2 side by side. So front, pretty normal, but there's the original and there's the new one. Let's flip these the other way around. Yeah, it's a wee bit different. It's actually not that bad, but yeah, the crash bar just the bracket sacrificed itself. So now we're just going to marry the new bracket up there, and we're done. So that's all married up now. Everything's tight. Actually, I noticed that this T40 right down here, this one right there, that's part of the OEM crash bar mount for the OEM lower crash bars, was loose. So I noticed when I had the high beams on at night, riding out in the woods, this would actually move a little bit. And it's because this down here was loose. It's still moving slightly, but way less than it did before. So this was tight. This was tight, but that lower T40 right there was not tight. So that was nice to repair, basically. Skid plate back on. Yeah, we're rocking, man. We're good to go. So next part of the video is going to be focusing on the Jessie luggage racks and how those get married up to the Moscow Backer 235s. Fun fact, though, these Jessie rear backing plates that, real quick rant, from 2015 to 2017, Moscow Moto employees co-developed or marketed, or whatever you want to call it, these plates. And they're basically, the thing was, if you're a Jessie luggage rack customer, these are going to be a great solution, yada, yada, yada. When I ordered more of these bolts that go into the back of the Moscow luggage, I ordered a bag and more bolts. The person on the phone said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm mounting your bag to a Jessie soft luggage plate. And they said, oh, that's not an approved mounting method. And they didn't say it explicitly, but I think they alluded to the fact that This is not a standard installation. We don't recommend it. And we're happy that it's working for you. And we're happy that you've had good experience with it, but we don't recommend it. So kind of weird how like that was a good thing and now it's not. So I told the Jesse guy, I said, hey, Mosco doesn't like your plates anymore. You should figure out why. Because honestly, I mean, it's a nice solution if you have these racks, because you can go from the Challenger 2s, Challenger series boxes over to Jesse luggage in one snap. And I don't know why. And Heather and I both have Jesse racks, so we can basically choose who runs the hard or the soft, depending on how we feel that day. And it's a super nice solution. And the fact that it's not recommended is a little bit scary. Anyway, this is resolved now. That's installed. So yeah, I'm going to wait until tomorrow when some new stuff comes in, and then I'll finish this video up.